Rodney's always coming in with crazy stuff. I'm like, wow, like, God, I gotta get some more stuff. Plus, him being a team manager, you always gotta show him some. Come here, Rodney, check this out. Check out this. Check out this. Dude, look what I got. Huh? And you always wait for that. That was good. You know what I mean? And I mean, a lot of people here always like wanna like, you know, you like showing your footage and trying to see what people's reactions are. And that's how it was with him. Like, he got focused on one trick, like his crooked grinds. He just all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, he just started doing crooked grind ollie heel, crooked grind ollie hard, crooked grind this, crooked grind flare that, crooked grind whippity snap flip it over there. And I was like, God damn, I need to catch on to one of them whippity snapper things, you know? And then, I mean, I like doing nose blunts. I don't want to exaggerate it, like, you know, think that, hell, I do them a lot. I can admit it. I don't care. But I just like taking them to a different level and like doing like combos or whatnot, 360 flip, kick flip. And I got into the blunt slide things, and so me and him both started getting footage. I kept doing blunt slide tricks, and he kept doing these crooked grind tricks. And when you watch the video parts, most of his last tricks are all his crooked grind tricks that he focused on. You know what I mean? And then most of my last tricks were mainly blunt slide tricks. Probably the last 3 tricks, probably. You know what I mean? And that just shows, like, when you watch the video, you'll notice, like, what, like, the last tricks of people's parts is mainly what they worked on the most, or sometimes it's not even that, something that they really, like, enjoy doing or something. That's what happened with that part. First video was, me and Rodney, I don't know, I mean, as in everybody else, there's millions of people who get crazy ideas and they just keep filming. And what happens is some people just keep filming it a little too much. And then you have, like, people who are, like, almost done with their part. And then me and Rodney just had that idea, like, hey, let's just come out with the versus verse, you know? Me versus you, or you versus me, whatever. And it wasn't like a beef thing, like, hey, I think I'm better than you, or he wasn't saying, like, I'm better than you, Deawon, man. I've had more years on you. It wasn't even like that. It was more like a friend thing, like, hey, look, like, me and Rodney, like, or skateboard, like, me and him, like, you know, we like technical skateboarding. So we're thinking, hey, let's just put our, you know, our parts together, and people are still going to compare regardless. This is just how people are. We don't have no spots, so then you can remember, and then you can make 1 table, 5 tables into like 10 different spots, you know? You can make a volcano, you can make a manual pad, you can make a bump to a ledge, you can make 2 tables stacked that you can't ollie, but you can look at. You can just put a table there and invite everybody over and eat lunch. You know what I mean? You can just do all kinds of stuff, but dude, that's basically it. It's just, it's from having like no spots to where we just go to one spot all the time and we skate 1 table, and I'm just like, it starts to be like, dude, and then when you take 2 tables, then you take a couple more, you just keep going with it, and then that's what made me just keep going. And like, when I do stuff downstairs, I like it because it's so steep, or if like, we make like a ledge, like some of the footage where we put the table on top of the other table at Loyola, where I did switchbacks at nose grind, and then, you know what I mean, stuff like that, where it makes it so you can still get on it, and it's super high, and it's just a super big drop. And a lot of people look for spots like that, like, you look for a ledge that goes off stairs, and then right there, you just make it. I mean, you know what I mean? That's it. Putting it together is cool. Skating it, sometimes you get nervous, like certain little things, like when we skated that big thing down the super slip and slide, but once you get your backslide into it, it doesn't even be scary. It's not scary no more. And then, what do you call it, like, the other ones, when we stacked them all together, there wasn't even, it's like, when you fall, I mean, there was a slam in the video where I ate it, you know what I mean, where I just, whoa, but it didn't even hurt. I mean, maybe there was another slam that hurt, but otherwise, it's just the fact of having to put them away. I think that's what mainly people go, how do you stack all those tables? I go, I don't know, it's the same question I've been asking about the pyramids. A lot of the spots you see on these things too, if you notice, some of the spots, exactly the same place, just different setups. Or exactly the same school, just moved the table in a different area and made it look like a different spot, you know? I don't know, skateboarders all know that we lack spots. You gotta drive miles and miles. Sometimes you just gotta go to a different state sometimes to find spots. And lately, the cops have been just, you know, stopping you from skating and all that stuff. And I mean, everybody gets kicks out of spots, just like how Rodney was talking about too. We're all pros. If you're not pro, if you're pro, if you're just sponsored, if you buy a shop sponsor, we all get the same treatment. It ain't like we got like a t-shirt, I'm pro, hey, give me an extra half hour. So, actually, since you're pro, like, you got the camera guy, and sometimes you got more people with you, you get kicked out faster than a normal kid, you know what I mean? So, like, I seen some kids, like, that aren't, you know, just random kids at some spots, and they always tell me, hey, you don't even get kicked out, you know? Then you end up going there, and the cops you got cops around, you got handcuffs, you're like, whoa, and the kids across the street, like, waving at you, like, I ain't never happened to me, you know? I've never got arrested or got a ticket, so You just gotta watch out. And that's the thing. Every time I go to schools, the gates are open. Yeah, that's why I get it. Gates are always open. Yeah. And those roof gaps, I'm just checking like the stuff on top to make sure there's no leaks. I don't want kids at school, getting water on their homework and stuff. So that's why I'm up there. And hell, I might as well. Sometimes I got my board, so I'm just like, hey, I might as well like jump over it a couple of times and try some other stuff. Just as in ideas, how ideas come about and stuff like that. Like the whole roof gap thing too. I've never really skated roof gaps, but I just started getting into it. It mainly was like after my mom passed away. It's not saying that I was like, fuck, hell, I don't care if I die. Like just because my mom passed away. It was more like my mom passed away. Maybe I was like trying to get closer to her, climbing up roofs. But I mean, if she seen me now on the damn roof, she would kill me. But it's alright. I mean, after she passed away, I just started skating more roofs and roofs, and I started getting ideas up there like gaps. And a lot of people look for gaps like beneficial, like people go over a gap onto a ledge. And I was thinking, hell, like I always do, like with the tables. Well, here I was at a spot, it was a roof gap, but basically you can transform anything to another thing. So I just transformed it into a gap over to a bench, and then put benches over it and skated the roof gap, and that was just fun. And I mean, it was a little scary sometimes because sometimes roof would be mushy, and like I would like run, and a lot of people who skate roof gaps know when you try to bail out right before, you run and then like you think the sandpaper is gonna scrape off and you're gonna like fall backwards, or you think your arm's gonna twist and you're gonna end up all tweaked, or just crazy stuff. But I'm just hoping none of that happens to me. So I'm gonna knock on wood. Roof gap stuff. I know a lot of people were like, it's weird. It was weird seeing that type, because a lot of times when you watch my video parts, it's mainly like technical stuff on like blocks or like on tables, and then this video is a little different. Like I try to bring my skating up a little more. Like say I did switch backside nose grind, fakie flip just on the ledge, then we went back, over the Vanguard, and we did it on the bench and went over the gap, So it kind of like, it's still the same thing, but yet you're switching it up, almost like almost like a computer. My ankle injury, a lot of people know about too, is in '93, right after New World Order. I had a bad ankle injury, and I had broke my ankle at the old skate park. And Kareem and everybody was there. And it was always messing around. Everybody always gets hurt messing around, you'll notice. Man, I just try to do the tweakest method off some foot launch ramp, So that's one thing. You don't try to tweak something fully if it's not a high enough launch ramp. That's what I learned. So I broke it pretty bad, and I was just stubborn. I never went to the doctors, you know what I mean? And I just let it heal. I just took like calcium pills. I'm gonna just feel, and I just walked around on crutches, and it healed. And finally, but I still get those pains, and like sometimes I'm complaining like on my leg, and when I feel on the side of my leg, the bones, like it feels like it's like healed, like, you know what I mean? Like, so you rub across my skin, and then there's like a little bump right there. And I always say, all right, after this video, I'm gonna go get it fixed. Next video comes out, I gotta film. I'll go after, film again. Next video comes out, I'm gonna get it done now. So next video. And look, we're on round 2. I've been saying this since '93. So now I can say it once again. After this video, we'll get it fixed. That was actually just like that part was an accident. Remember it was us always going there. There was the little warehouse we had going. That place was fun. We used to always go there, skate all night, fish fillets afterwards from McDonald's. They might owe me incentives for that though. And McDonald's incentives. Okay.
So you didn't.
We used to always go there, and it took about I don't know how long was that place around for, like 4 months, 3 months.
3.
Probably about there, huh? Yeah, so about that. And all we did was go there and have fun, skate. It was like, and that's why it came about being a training section, was because it was like we just went there to practice. I mean, there was no filming involved. And then later on, we were like, hey, let's just get this for fun. Let's just film this. Let's just film this. And let's just film this. And we weren't thinking about, hey, I'm going to put this in my video part, because we don't like relating wood. And like, even though there's nothing wrong with wood, because, I mean, that's just as enjoyable as street. So, yeah, 3 months. And it just came out. We ended up having all that extra access footage. And we were like, hell, like, what are we going to do with it? We can't just, like, have me have 2 sections. So it kind of, like, tied in with the skating, as in, like, I was slamming and stuff like that. And then, like, you know, a lot of people go to parks to practice, or you go out in front of your house, or you build a box. So that was like my little training facility, and then it came about putting it before, and then here comes my other part afterwards. I don't know, a lot of things, what goes on through your head. The other day, some kid came up to me, I was up in the shop, and he asked me, how do you do kickflip nose blunts? And my immediate, like, response was, hell, I just kick it and land, you know? First time I ever did that was in New World Order, the second World Industries video that came out. You remember that? At Penny Saver. I called you up, Sock, dude, I got something to film. Called you up, you came down, we went up the street, I filmed it real quick. And then, you probably have in one of these old tapes or laying around here. But that's when I first did it. And then after that, I stopped doing it for a while. And then finally, like, I reached in my pocket and was like, dude, I got kickflip nose blunts. I forgot, all I gotta do is kick the hell out of it and land. So that's what I started. And I mean, people seen like, there was a cover of Transworld where it showed me doing a kickflip nose blunt. And people were always thinking, cover shots like that, people always look at and go, yeah, right, dude, did he really land it? You know what I mean? And I don't blame them because, hey, I look at magazines too, covers and go, did he land that? Then you see a sequence inside and it justifies it, but mine didn't have a sequence, but people, later on it was like an opener or something. But that's it, I mean, and the last one I did in my part was, that one took me a long time, like, with me and you going back. We probably went back like twice or 3 times. I mean, no, first try. Yeah, oh yeah, it was first try, Sock. Dude, I forgot, dude, first try. And like when it comes about doing the videos too, everybody picks their own footage, you know what I mean? Like when everybody watches these videos, it's not just everything we've filmed, you know what I mean? There are takes, like there are like the bad takes and the good takes, you know? And a lot of the times we film it from different angles too, and some of that footage, there's some that you just, you know, stuff you won't see, or there's just some that you land, but it's just not the way you wanted to land. And so there's a lot of outtakes. There's a lot of footage that you haven't seen in the videos that are still just footage floating around, and then sometimes people have to give it to like other sponsors and stuff like that. And sometimes footage just gets lost because there's footage from me like since '93 that's never been seen till '94 till now, you know, and even footage from the Deawon round 2 there's some footage still that hasn't been used, if not like different angles. And that's just, you know, you just gotta pick your stuff. You want to come out strong, you know what I mean? We always gotta like do something different. And sometimes people survive on doing the same things. I can say I've done a lot of the same things over and over, or just doing it in a different place or a different area, and then sometimes coming out with new stuff, because there's not that much new stuff to think of. But I mean, yeah, of course there is, but it's just a matter of doing it and stuff like that. And I'm not saying like basketball and stuff like that. Once you got the skill, you know what I mean, and you just, that's just how it is, dude. But like people, I don't know, like when I went on tour and stuff like that, people always ask me who won, Rodney or you, and it's not about who won. It's more like a conjoined, like, you know, it's kind of cool just that we can have our footage in the same video, because we've never been able to do that except like video magazines and stuff like that, you know, where it's like in chaos or something. But that's about it, man. Like that's how the first one came about. We just figured we both had enough footage for a part, and I mean we're such close friends. We're like, hey, I mean, only friends can make a versus video where it's just, you can come out with the video and be going, like, have it labeled like, hey, me versus you, and then nobody says or anything, or we don't hold a grudge towards each other like, well, yeah, I am better than you, this kid said I was, and this kid said I won, but this kid said you won, so who won? Like, it ain't about that, dude. This is just about how much fun we had making it. Of course there was stress behind filming, everybody knows that, dude. Everybody who's out there filming, even kids, I mean, I see kids filming all over the place to like try to come up and get sponsored, and that's cool. It's just, you know, you just make fun with your camera and do it. And most of the time, like, all these kids come up and sponsor me videos and stuff like that, and they end up getting hooked up. I mean, I'm not telling them to rush into like filming and stuff, but just do it. That's, you never know. Like, it just depends. Maybe I might get into some switch crook zone or something, and footage would just be piling up, and Rodney might be getting into like one of his crazy zones. All those tech, he got a lot of zones. He got a lot of tricks. Maybe around 3, if not just a good Deca video, solid Deca video, you know what I mean? And Rodney's gonna be working on the 18 video and get that coming through. And I mean, I know he's happy, and I'm happy with the Deca team, and he's real happy with the 18. So, 18 team. That sounds like it. But yeah, and that's it. No, that's, somebody help me on my breakdancing, please. Nah, actually, I'm just, yeah, I got some moves, man. You meet me at the dance floor. Just put on the breakbeat, kickworm, moonwalk. Got 1990s. I got flares. I'm just playing. Yeah, I'm just playing. If you see me at a club, don't expect none of that.